I keep starting these videos whispering. It's Christmas Eve. I'm so excited because it was the first year of Jake and I being mum and dad on Christmas. Even though Artie is going to be way too young to understand, we didn't spoil him. We just bought heaps of little things that we can use for him for the next few months. I'm so excited. It's going to be so freaking hot here in Perth the next few days. I can't even deal. Let's address another issue. Also, how cute is my headband? So it's Friday the 24th of December because it's Christmas Eve, and at 6 p.m. yesterday on Thursday, Perth now has to wear masks for the next 4 or 5 days until Tuesday. So there's been community transfers of COVID, not what we needed by Christmas, but I think because of our vax levels, old Marky Mark didn't put us into lockdown, which I thought that's what was going to happen, because like clockwork, every time there's a public holiday or school holidays or something, we go into a freaking lockdown. That's how we found out we were pregnant. We're in lockdown right before our wedding, in lockdown. So anyway, not going to complain. We can still go to the beach and do those things. We just have to be safe and wear a mask when we need to. I also don't know when I'm going to be posting this video. I'm just going to film a few things over the next few days, so it'll probably be just before New Year. Anyway, I just finished editing and putting up my gastric sleeve vlog, so I'm really nervous but also really excited to talk out loud about something that people should just talk about. So if you watch that, make sure you give it a big like and leave a comment if you loved it and if you want to know more, because I am so nervous. Let's talk about Arthur. So I was up till late last night chatting to Jody, my best friend, because we're at a point now where Arthur is 3 months old and he's a great sleeper, but he could be better. Like, he could be sleeping longer. You know, and it's so hard becoming a new parent because you don't actually know, like, what are you supposed to do with them? Like, you feed them, you change the bum, you play with them, you make sure that they're happy. There's no rule book to say, you know, you need to put them down for naps at this time and you need to do this. So anyway, I got just a basic routine from Jody, like an example of what she does with Ridge. And I'm just gonna try and implement for my baby this morning something different. So normally, because he wakes twice during the night for a feed, sometimes that's around anywhere between 5 and 7 he has a second feed. So we kind of go back to bed for a bit if we don't have to go out and do anything. But like Jody made a good point, I need to be having like a time in the morning where like we wake up, that's our wake up time, and then a time at night where it's like that's his bedtime. The whole like wake windows and keep them awake longer in their last wake window and blah blah blah, and I'm like, it's so confusing. There's just so much to learn. So anyway, she's given me a basic rundown. Yesterday was just a really emotional day in general. Okay, so we had swimming first. Swimming was so good this week. Like, I put his face under the water and everything. He loved it. I felt so bad. I thought, as a wife, do I lie to Jacob and just pretend that swimming was shit because he had such a bad experience last week? No, I told him that it was great. So we had swimming, that was all great. We went to the shops and finished our last bits and pieces. And whilst I was at the shops, I got a message from work about my paid parental leave finishing this week because it's been 12 weeks. Anyway, it was a massive miscommunication. I was basically told by Centrelink that I would have 18 weeks of paid parental leave. And then this new thing that they're doing is like you get 30 flexi days, which technically turns into 6 weeks because you get paid at 5 days per week. So in my head, and I'd had many conversations with lots of friends that have had babies that had had parental leave, but I mustn't have been, I don't know, saying it loud enough, or they're just not computing because no one ever pulled me up on it. In my head, the way that they explained it, and I repeated this back to the lady when I was there, and she was like, yep, that's right. So in my head, we had 18 weeks paid at 5 days a week instead of 7 days a week. So you got paid slightly less per week, but it lasted longer. Then you could cash in those 30 flexi days and have an extra 6 weeks, or you could use them when you go back to work if Bub's sick and you don't have sick leave and stuff. So, you know, here I am just trotting along like, yeah, I'm going back to work in April. It's going to be great. I have a couple of weeks unpaid through March, but that's fine. And then I get that message yesterday and I'm standing in the middle of the shops and Arthur was like getting a bit hangry and I was trying to finish things and get home to be able to feed him in time. But I just had to sit down and feed him and take a minute to digest like what was going on. Because at that moment, the way that I was processing it was, I have to go back to work in January. Because how are we going to survive paying a full mortgage and all of our bills on one wage? Like, I had 5 or 6 weeks unpaid when I first finished work because I just had to. I didn't have enough annual leave because we got married this year and moved into our house. And that was fine because it was only a few weeks. But I just like sat there feeding him in the middle of the shops, looking down at him, going like holding the biggest lump in my throat. And I was like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, it's fine. And I held myself together. But I just sat there and I was like, I'm not ready to go back to work. In my head, originally, I was always going to be that person where I was like, yep, have my babies, spend the few months with them, and then I'll go back to work. They can go to daycare and their grandparents, and, you know, I'll have my couple of days off here and there, blah, blah, blah. Until you have your child, you have no idea what you're going to be like. Everyone that knows me is like, no, you're a workaholic, you'll go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. Plain and simple. I want to go back to work. I just don't want to go back to work yet. I'm not ready. I'm like, he's too little. Anyway, that was just my straight away assumption. So I was like, okay, I need to figure this out and see what's going on. So I've got a contact center link because I keep trying to go through the app to cash in the flexi days so that from next week I'd still get paid for 6 weeks. That would take me until like the 3rd of February, which is the week I've had surgery. I'm having surgery on the 1st of February. So I was like, okay, well, do I just do that and then cop a couple of weeks unpaid? Like, we've got savings, so we've got enough to cover little bits. But initially in my head, I just had the biggest panic, and I'd never realized how emotional I was in the fact that I just am not ready to go back to work. So anyway, that was that. And then, I don't know, we just came home. I like sat down, watched some TV and ate some lunch at like 3 o'clock whilst he had a nap. And I think like I just had so many things going through my head. You know, Christmas coming up and all the rest of it. Like, I just started regretting, like, okay, well, I shouldn't have gone out and bought all these presents because we could have used the money. Or, you know, you just start to sit there and you start to feel guilty because you're not working, but I'm still getting paid. Like, I've worked for 15 years. I basically paid my own maternity leave. So, yeah, that was yesterday. Not a good day. And then Arthur was just not fun last night. And I think that's how the conversation started with Jodie. Was I messaged her and said, please tell me, how do you attack witching hour? Because his witching hour is getting longer and longer. And, you know, we're putting him down after his bath and stuff at 7. And until like 8 or 9 o'clock, he's just fighting and fighting and fighting and not going to sleep. So then she's like, okay, well, what does his day look like? So I sent her, you know, some screenshots of, because I track his naps and stuff as much as I can. You know, she's like, what time does he wake up? What time do you normally put him down? Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, just from having that conversation established, I need to have a bit more of a routine, especially if I do need to go back to work a bit earlier. I need to be able to go, you know, whoever's house he's going to for the day, cool, this is the time he'd normally have a nap, he'll sleep for this long, blah, 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 anything else is free reign, do what you want. So I need routine for starters as well. So I need to be waking up a little bit earlier. You're up and down all night, so it's not like you feel bad for sleeping in a little bit. But anyway, so this morning I got up about 7:30 and left him laying there for a little bit. I came out, made myself a coffee, got his bottle ready, and at that point he started to wake up because he knew I wasn't there. So it worked really well. I sat there and fed him. We watched one of our favourite YouTubers put a new video up there in Canada, so we sat there and watched that. And then he had playtime, like I changed his bum, put some clothes on him. He had playtime for a little bit, and then I started hearing the sounds that I know he starts making when he gets tired. Like, he's all happy and whatnot, and then all of a sudden he's kind of just a bit like, okay, I've had enough now, I need a nap. So I didn't put him straight down. I sort of picked him up, had a bit of a cuddle, put him in his sleep sack. We sat there for a bit, sort of like, you know, like rocked him a little bit, and I always put him down. Oh, there you go, he's just waking up. Okay, so yeah, I always put him down in his cot where he's like not fully asleep, because if you hold him and cuddle them until they're fully asleep, as soon as you go to put them down, they will wake up and startle a little bit. So it's easy to put them down when they're a little bit drowsy and their eyes are ready to go to sleep, because then they just know that their cot or their bassinet is a safe space and they're like, okay, it's sleeping time. So I've just resettled him. I can hear him still talking to himself a bit, but he should hopefully go back down for another 45-50 minutes. So I am going to get myself sorted, and hopefully I've just cleaned my bathroom. I'm going to get in and scrub my shower, clean my toilet and stuff. I've like got everything up off the floor so that when he does wake up after this nap, I'll lay him down to play for a bit while I quickly vacuum, and then I'll feed him, and then we'll head off because we're going to my work for Christmas lunch. So that'll be nice to see everyone. They've moved buildings as well, so I can't wait to go and see the new place. Not sure if it'll be today, but I'm going to be having a chat soon about my position at work, because they're going to be offering me another position they mentioned at the Christmas party. I'm just hoping for more flexibility, and it sounds like a really cool position, so super excited. Not sure like what the details are and stuff yet, but anyway. So I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I'll come back and see you whenever I'm ready. Welcome back. It's been a few days, I think. What day did we do this last? Christmas Eve? Yeah, Christmas Eve, you'd be right. So, hope you all had an amazing Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas? You did. Your first one. So, it is... What day is it today? Monday? Monday. So, it's Monday today, which means it's been Christmas, Boxing Day, now Monday. It is almost 6 p.m. Actually, that was good timing for you to wake up from your nap. He's so happy. You're so happy. Yeah. Good. So it is Tuesday tomorrow, and we're going back to the beach in the morning. Yeah, your favorite. So Thursday evening, Christmas Eve, we're just sitting in the nursery, by the way. Arthur's just woke up from his nap. I've just spent the last 2 days washing the whole new wardrobe he got for Christmas. You're so lucky, aren't you? Yes, you are. He's so happy right now. I'm going to show you. Yeah. Can you say hello? Hello. This is just our life at the moment. He's so happy. It's honestly just the best. So, what have we been up to? I've got this new tripod thing that I'm testing out as well. So, until I know that I like it, I won't tell you what it is. So, we've been kind of sleep training. I don't even know if you'll call it that, but... Oh my goodness. Tiny clothes everywhere. Tiny clothes everywhere. I think he totally loves it when I vlog, because he just thinks that I'm talking to him, and it's the cutest thing ever. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. So we've been doing this whole sleep training thing because I kind of just like lost the plot on Thursday night. He's such a good sleeper when he sleeps, but I don't know. I feel like he could be better. Yeah, didn't you? So anyway, that'll just have to do. There you go. That's better. Awesome. So, as I was saying, we've been doing this whole, I don't know if you would call it sleep training, but anyway, trying to establish some sort of a routine, I guess you would say. Now, what does our day look like? Maybe we'll do like a daily routine video for you. Would you like that? Oh my gosh. So we've established a wake up time in the morning, which is between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Hey, depends if you're having a big snooze. You're so bloody cute. So yeah, it depends if he's having a really big sleep or not, and if I feel bad for waking him up and whatnot. But anyway, we wake up about 7:30 in the morning now, and we have a big bottle, and we just sort of like wake up nicely and, you know, have a little cuddle. Then we basically change his nappy, change his clothes, just put something comfy on, and we play for about an hour or so. So basically by the time he's due for a nap again is anywhere between 9 and 9:30. So by that stage he's sort of had like a hour to an hour and a half wake window. So that's been working really well because I'd never really paid attention before. I think when you're like going in and out all the time and like doing bits and pieces and stuff, like that's fine. You've got to get out and you've got to do stuff, but you don't sort of start to see if you're, you know, having a routine, or, you know, you don't take notice too much of like, okay, what times of the day is he falling sleepy and all that sort of stuff. And I guess up until this sort of point, it's not necessary to really implicate that. It's more so just keep them alive and start learning as you go. And pretty much that's what we've been doing. Hey, yeah, until now. So we're basically at the point where, well, that's a bit girly, but you can still wear that. Yeah, we're basically at the point now where, like I said, I'm going back to work early this year. Arthur needs to have some sort of routine, and I just wanted to sort of see how he would react. Yeah, like that, hey. So anyway, so far so good. He has been having his nap in the morning and he sleeps for anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Then if we're going out, I try and do it so that it's from that point on, so that when he wakes up from that one, instead of resettling him, putting him back to sleep, I'll change his bum, get him in the car and we head out, and he'll fall back asleep in the car. What else? So then from there, he has like his two biggest naps would be that first big chunk of the day. So he wakes up, has a bottle, has a play, has his first big nap in his cot. Then we either go out, or if we don't go out, he stays back down in his cot. We just resettle him. And then when he wakes up, we just play until it's feeding time. And then he feeds, and we basically just track from when he woke up, you know, an hour and a half. Like that's his sort of wake window. And we have always been really good with his cues. And I think that's why we've never sort of stressed too much, because we know when he's getting tired, don't we? You know, his face goes red around his eyebrows. He's very vocal, in the sense of like a sooky vocal, not happy like now because he's just woken up. Oh my god, I'm so confused with like what I need to do with his clothes. So, you know, we would be like, okay, cool, before he gets overtired and a little bit irate, let's get him down for a nap. So that's been the easiest part of the whole thing, is knowing when he's ready to go to sleep. So yeah, we do that. Then so he'll have his next feed for the day, and then again once it hits his wake window coming to an end, he has a big nap. That one there I find he'll probably nap a little bit longer. So today him and I both had a nap for about 2 hours. Actually went out today, so he had his feed at the shops, and then we sat and had lunch, and he fell asleep straight after his bottle. That was fine, because when he woke up from the first part of his nap this morning, we changed him and left to go out, but he was just more excited to stay awake. So that was fine, because then when he had his bottle, he had a good nap for about 40 minutes or so, and then he did the biggest poop, so we had to go and change him, which woke him up. And then we pretty much headed home. So he did that. So we pretty much headed home. He fell asleep in the car. Or he was pretty sleepy in the car. So we left the shops, had to go to the ATM. And then basically by the time we did that and drove home, you know, and we're only 5 or 10 minutes from home. By the time we got home, he was definitely like ready to fall asleep. So I said to Jake, you get everything out the car. I'm going to take him straight inside while he's in a good mood, change his bum and put him to sleep. So we changed his bum, put him in his sleep sack, and I laid next to him. And then 25 minutes later or so, Jacob came in and he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know you were both having a nap. And I was like, I wasn't planning on it. But I was obviously so tired. Yeah, so mummy and you had a nap. So we moved him into his cot because we were just laying on my bed. And then, oh, there you go. There you go. Really. And then pretty much Jake's like, no, you should have a nap. You don't have anything to do. Just chill out. So I did. And then Arthur would have got to that 1 hour mark. So he, hello. He's like, what is in all these drawers? Yeah, this is where we keep your clothes. Magic, isn't it? Yeah, so he got to his 1 hour nap and then he woke up, so I kind of laid him back on the bed with me, and we were under the aircon, so it was nice and cool. And we both fell back asleep for another hour. Oh God, it makes me tired thinking about it. And then he woke up and he was due for a feed, so I sat and fed him, and Jacob filled up our little paddle pool outside, and we all went for a little swim. And I'll insert a little photo here so you can see how cute he was. We got him this little blow up whale, and he just like lays in it, leaning over it with his legs in the holes, just like floating about. The pool only has like this much water in it, and we're both in there at the same time, so he can't go anywhere. Oh, you just spotted the camera. What is that? So it was super cute. So he had a paddle around in there for about half an hour or so, and then again he started to get tired. So normally by that stage of the day is about 4 o'clock. So he's had a bottle, stays awake, you know, up to an hour sort of thing, and then at that point there I let him go to sleep, but I don't let him sleep any later than about 6 o'clock. So it's only, depending on how early he wakes up for his bottle, it's either an hour or an hour and a half. Good job. Oh, did that hurt, did it? Oh, it's a big burpee. Oh. You would, wouldn't you? Good job, mummy, for putting a bib on you. There you go. Does that feel better? Yeah, that's better. But yeah, so that sort of brings us to now. So he's woken up, he's chilling out. Jake and Jack are both at the gym, so when they get home from the gym, Jake will start initiating bath time, and even bath time is getting so cute. So we used to have him laying in his little angel care holder, and I don't know what it was last week. I think I kind of just, having to keep him awake for 2 hours now, we never realized how hard that was, because he would like feed, stay awake for a bit, have a cuddle, and then he'd start to get sleepy again. So the whole having to keep him awake so that he sleeps longer at night, that has actually been harder than you can ever imagine if you don't have kids. So pretty much at this point he wakes up, he sort of like lays in his rocker if I'm doing stuff like I was putting his washing away. Then once I finish this, we'll go play on the mat until Jake gets home, and each day we just put a different toy in front of him. So we've kept a few out that are good for the next few months, and we put a few away from Christmas, because, you know, don't tell your parents not to spoil your child that's 3 months old, because they won't listen. No, we're super grateful, but look, we basically got like toys up until his first birthday. So yeah, so we sort of like have a bit of a play and chill out, and then bath time goes anywhere from 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Honestly, it would go longer if he wanted to. Yeah, see, he's like sad because bath time's not longer. No, so he actually just lays in the big bath by himself now, and we only put maybe 50 mils of water in it. So when he lays, it just sort of touches his ears, and he like splashes his arms and legs, and he's got his little ducks. So we sing songs. Tired, are we, mate? We sing songs, and he's got a little bath book, so we read his little bath book, and pretty much he's happy to just stay in there for ages, and he just goes flapper 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 flap and kick 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 with the water. Yeah, because you're a big kicking boy, huh? So all of this water play has been amazing, because, you know, the whole reason why we started swimming so early was because we wanted a little water baby. If you hated it, that would also be fine, but I'm like, you live in Australia, mate, so you've got to learn. You've got to learn early. Hey, yeah, you do. So yeah, that's sort of like been it. And then after he has a bath and whatnot, we get dressed and sing more songs, and then we sit and we read a book for a bit. And if it's, so basically we try and aim for 7:30 bedtime. If he does go down for that nap, and say like it's 6 o'clock now, if he'd only sort of like just been waking up, I would be pushing him to closer to 8 o'clock for bedtime. So I think the whole thing is like, if they wake at 7, they go to bed at 7. If they wake at 7:30, they go to bed at 7:30. If they wake at 8, blah, 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 blah. So pretty much, yeah, we try and keep him awake for 2 hours. So it's so hard and tiring. But once he goes down, touch wood, other than last night, even on Christmas Day when we were out at Jacob's parents' house and he was catnapping for 20 odd minutes at a time and didn't have any of his proper naps, he still slept like a dream that night. Probably overstimulation and was just super tired anyway. But he last night, I don't know, it was like he kept waking himself up. Like, he's been in arms up swaddles for
a month on Wednesday, and actually on Wednesday he's 3 months old. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. So yeah, he's been in them. So it's just sometimes I think if he's like maybe overtired or overstimulated, if you don't quite catch those windows on time, you do notice it, and you know, he starts to fall asleep and then something startles him. You know, they still have their startle reflex, you know, but he's quite strong, as you can see. Like, I hold him up and we barely have to support his head and his neck anymore. So that's been really good, like during playtime as well, because he's getting bored. He's got his big puppy Teddy in the corner, you can see. My dad gets all of the grandkids one when they're born, and so that's called Arturo, which is, I guess, the more European version of Arthur's name. So every month when we take his little 1 month, 2 month, 3 months old photos with his little discs, we sit him up against Arturo, so then we sort of see like how he grows against him. But yeah, so that's pretty much like kept us going for the last 4 days or so now. And then, like I said, he got so spoiled for Christmas. I honestly had to do 2 like medium-sized loads of washing, lights and darks, just with the clothes he got for Christmas. And luckily, most people had asked me closer to Christmas, what size is he? And I said 00s. So he got a few 30s because they bought them a little bit earlier on. And he was happily in 30s, but then he went through his last leap and he just had the biggest growth spurt. And now he's a 20s boy. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. As I'm putting the washing away, I'm clearing out any 30s that he does not fit in anymore. And the only ones that are sort of left are t-shirts and shorts, because them you can get more out of. Bonds onesies that don't have feet or mittens on them, obviously the ones that you can fold on and off yourself, they don't count. The ones that have the feet sewn on them, got to get rid of them because he does not fit in them. So he's got a couple of Ollie's Place and Dimples, maybe Target, I think. He's got 3, so he's got 3 onesies left in his drawer. 2 of them are completely unworn because he's in 30s, but the weather that we got to by the time he was comfortably wearing 30s, it's been really, really hot the last month or so. So he's not needed to wear long sleeves. Even to bed, he's wearing like a romper with his 1 tog sleeping sack. And that's more than enough, not even a singlet underneath. So then there was a couple of nights we've had where it's been a bit cooler. So there was one of the days in my last video, he had his little teddy bear outfit on from Seed. That was a really cold day. And then there's a couple of nights where it's been on the little bit of the cooler side, or it's been warm and we've needed to have the aircon up, and we keep the grow egg in our room and it says the temperature. And so on some of those nights, are you right? Just gonna yeet yourself into next year. So some of those nights we're like, okay, no, he needs to be a little bit warmer, just because it's probably a bit cooler for him, because they still don't quite regulate their temperature. So he's got, yeah, 3 of those where they're zip up, they've got feet on them. They've got feet on them. Yeah, like this. Let's grab this one. So this one's a Target one. So again, brand new, not worn, 30s. With feet. You like this one? Oh, you just vomited all down my boobs. Okay, Biabo. Arthur has been bathed and he's having playtime with Daddy. So this is what I was saying. He's got a couple of these, so they've got feet on them already. But these are the really nice organic cotton from Target. Then he's got, this one is cotton on baby. So same sort of situation again, but these are really stretchy and really nice. So we're still going to keep these ones in his drawers. And because he has a Baby Yoda one, which I think was from Big W. And we'd been hanging for him to wear that because Jacob's family, again, is also obsessed with Baby Yoda. And so we were going out a couple of weekends ago, and I was like, oh, it's actually a little bit cooler tonight. Same thing again, I was like, what do we put on him that he's not going to get too hot? So we put one of these, but it was the Baby Yoda one, and he hadn't worn any of these yet, and I was like, oh my gosh, Jacob, they're already almost too small. Like, he fills them out and he looks so solid in them. So anyway, still going to keep them out because, like I said, they're super stretchy, and until his feet are basically ready to burst through the end of them, not getting rid of them.
Hello everyone. What day is it today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We went to the beach again this morning. It was so good. Arthur loves it so much. Like, it's actually great. We got home, had a shower, went to feed him. He didn't even want to feed, he wanted to go straight to sleep. Amen to that. We're just making some lunch. I'm doing a Mexican bowl without Mexican chicken strips. Same as in my last vlog. So anyway, doing that. I'm going to finish sorting his nursery out today, so I'll time lapse some of that and then maybe start editing this and see where it goes. Can't believe it's almost a new year. Anyway, hope you're all enjoying the hot weather. We sat in a paddling pool yesterday too. It was crazy. I'll probably try and put some of that footage in because it was super cute. Anywho, enjoy. Okay, that was hard work. As you can see, I'm not glowing, I'm sweating. Whew, this kid literally has some clothes. I mean, at first, every time he would stop fitting something, I would give it away. Because there's so many babies born around the same time. And he was bigger than most, or at least chunkier, so some of the others could still wear the clothes lengthwise or whatever. So I have this. This crate is full of 4 zeros and now 3 zeros that he literally cannot wear. Some things not even worn before. So at first I kept giving things away, and then one of my friends who also had a baby messaged me and said, it's so beautiful that you want to like keep passing things on, you know, rather than hoarding them and putting them away, but you're probably going to have another kid, and if it's a boy, you've got all of these clothes ready to go, half of them are brand new. And I was like, that's true. My sister is pregnant, she's having a boy, that's been announced. So I'm like, if we fall pregnant again, and the next baby is a girl per se, I'll go through there, take all of the gender neutral stuff out, and then I can pass it on, you know, there'll be more boys coming up. So I'm definitely keeping stuff now, but before I was like, take this, take this, take this. Like every time one of my sister-in-laws came, I would send her home with a pile for Hudson every single time. Same thing as now, she bought Arthur some outfits for Christmas. When she originally asked me, I did say he was in 3 zeros, not thinking that Christmas was a few weeks away, not realizing he was going to go through a massive leap and a huge growth spurt. So I messaged her and said, I'm going to give you the outfits back because I'd rather you use them for Huddy, and they're super comfy. They'll just be more useful for her rather than me hoarding them in this container. So I'm also going to go through this container over the next couple of days, and because there's a couple of different sizes, I'm going to just sort them into their size, you know, individually bag them if I need to, put them back in the container. There's like some sleep sacks. Actually, I did give her 2 of my Love to Dream sleep swaddles, the arms up ones, in the newborn size, because Arthur has been in arms up swaddles for 4 weeks tomorrow, and he used these ones for a week and a half, 2 weeks, if that, like on and off as a newborn, but he just hated them. So once he did start using them, I had to buy the next size up straight away. So anyway, I said to her, same thing. They're so expensive, I would rather someone else get use out of them. And if Hudson doesn't use them for that long and, you know, they end up coming back to me and they're still in good condition, same thing. They go in the container, we use them for the next baby because it doesn't matter what color they are. So all of the drawers are done. As you saw in the video, I swapped so many things around. So I really won't be buying him any clothes. I know you're probably like, yeah, but I will be refraining other than probably new bathers, because he's about to go out of his 3 zeros and we've only got 1 2 0 bathers. So might get him a new pair of bathers, but that's probably about it. And then maybe as the weather starts to cool down, like March, April, I'll need to go and buy a bunch of singlets and socks, because we've probably got a bunch of socks actually. Are we ready for bed? Do you want to come and say hello? Here's our little sleepy bear. He's been so sleepy today. Hello, sleepy bear. Hello. He's like a little angel starfish. And there's Dad. Are you going to bed? I love you. Are you trying to flap me away?
Do you want to put his dummy back in, please?
Hi! Mwah. Do you like your dummy? Are you looking at the camera? Can I tuck your tail in? Put him on you? There we go. Alright, my darling. Have a good sleep.
Jack's starting barbecue up.
Okay, perfect.
Alright.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh. So because I needed to get this finished today, because Jake just had 4 days off because of Christmas. He's going back to work tomorrow. Might go out and visit my mum tomorrow. So I was like, I don't want to walk past this room one more day and seeing the piles of baskets of stuff just sitting on the floor. So other than putting all his bathers and stuff in his little pigeonhole and then moving the chair and stuff back out the way, that's pretty much it. I did what I needed to do. That's it. That's how I organize his stuff. It's easy, makes sense to me. If I'm looking for something specific, I know I can say to Jacob, go to the wardrobe, and in the first section, it has t-shirt at the top and it's shorts at the bottom. It's a full romper and it's this color with this print. I know that he can come here and get it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else exciting in this cupboard. It's just hordes of nappies because, you know, you buy so many of them before they're born and then you don't use them for ages. So we're currently in size 2 in Huggies, so I'm using the packet ones that I bought first, and then I'll open the boxes. Once I get to the second carton, then I'll go and buy more, but I have a feeling by then he's going to be in size 3. So anyway, well, my battery is about to die, so I think that's a coincidence that I should finish this vlog here. If you've watched this far, thank you so much, because I don't even know what this was. It was like doing things around the house. This is what I do when Arthur goes to bed. This is what we do during bath time when Jacob's got him. And this is how I sort all his clothes out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about any of the random crap that I do, let me know. We also went to Woolies and did grocery shopping, so I'm not doing my order this week and probably won't do a fridge video again until maybe next week. But anyway, be good, stay cool. My goodness. We've made it though, Perth. 4 days in a 40+ degree heat wave. We survived. We went to the beach twice. We didn't get sunburnt. That's really good for me because I'm really bad with sunscreen, but SPF for life, on your face especially, everywhere around your body. Love you, be good, see you next time.